What's happening, basketball fans? There is a Sparty party this Wednesday, December the 7th, and I've got a free pick when they take on Penn State. My name's Allie Burns from Picks Parlays, and before we get to that free college basketball bet, let me remind you guys about my official sponsor. It's Caesars Sportsbook, and they're hooking you up with a risk-free first bet up to $1,250. And don't you worry. That bet, if it loses, they'll put that money back in your account, but they're also going to drop 1,000 reward credits and 1,000 tier credits into your account. So it's all good on either sides of that wager. Now with me today, I've got expert handicapper Nick Parsons from the Insiders Room here to talk some college hoops. What's up, Nick?
Yeah, not much. We have a big Big Ten matchup here, Allie, on Wednesday night. So looking forward to breaking this one down with you.
Yes, the Big Ten. Here we go. So we got Michigan State at Penn State. I'm a fan of both of these teams this year. Michigan State is just not working for me against the spread. Here we have Penn State -4 at home. The total on this one is a 137. I know we're on different sides of this, but give me your argument here, Nick. Give me your argument.
Well, my argument is I just think that just whichever of these teams has their hands on the ball last is going to win this one. And so I just think it is really evenly matched. And I mean, with a spread like this, obviously the odds makers think so as well. But yeah, just to break these teams down, just what they've done recently, Penn State, it's 6-2. It's coming off a 101-94 overtime loss to Clemson. Cameron Winter, he led Penn State. He had 26 points. And he actually went 11 of 12 from the free throw line. Jalen Pickett, he had 23 points, 8 assists. They averaged 76.9 points per game. It's hard to imagine that anyone would look past Michigan State, but they do have a game against 6-2 at 6-2 Illinois after this. But yeah, as I say, it's hard to imagine anyone looking past the Spartans, even though they come in with a record of 5-4. Michigan State, it fell at home 70-63 to Northwestern. AJ Hoggard, Matty Cisco, they each had 12 points. But that was their second straight loss. They averaged 70.2 points per game, so they're not that far off from their opponent in this one on Wednesday night. And so I think I am playing a bit of a contrarian here. I think the early money is a bit on Penn State. But I mean, for me, that's a role that I take a lot. But in this case, yeah, as I said at the beginning, Allie, I just think the Spartans, they do catch the Nittany Lions at a good time right here. I just they're still mentally caught up on that last overtime loss, which was about a week ago, I think. And so I think the Spartans, yeah, they can at least post a solid cover down the stretch. And so that's my read on this one.
This is just a tough game for me because there's so many factors involved, right? Like Michigan State, not great against the spread, but they've also played, I think, higher level opponents with Notre Dame, with Oregon, with Alabama, Villanova, Kentucky, Gonzaga. They've had a really tough strength of schedule. That also tends to bring down the amount of points that you average per game. It tends to bring that down because you're playing a stiffer competition with better defense. Whereas we've got PSU, they're a better covering team. And I was on Clemson in that game. I sweated the crap out of that Clemson-Penn State game, man. Well, and that was a hot one. One thing I noticed about both these teams, too, is neither one of them have played a ton of home games, and PSU is at home, so I'd give them that. But again, with strength of schedule, we've got Lafayette, we've got Colorado State. It's just not the toughest strength of schedule. This is a tough one. I guess you're right. Take the points with Sparty, but I just, for whatever reason, I lean -4 with Penn because of that like nitty gritty heated overtime loss with Clemson and because they're at home. I kind of give them just a little bit of leeway that maybe I would tease Penn State into a +2. Maybe that's how I would do it. And then also tease Sparty. So now you have Sparty +10 and Penn State +2, and you got a nice middle work in there. You think of that, Nick? Did you think of that?
Yeah, no, I didn't think of that, but no, I feel you. I get where you're going with that one.
I call those crisscrosses. That's the crisscross right there. But listen to Nick Parsons. He is hot over at picksandparlays.net. Let's roll with that Sparty Party +4 points when they take on PSU on Wednesday night. Go green, go white.